It is LTN Radio live here at Strong Tower Con in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I'm here with Ryan and Bethany Neumeyer. Did I say that correctly?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Ryan and Bethany are a husband and wife duo who love playing and talking about all kinds of games, anything from kids and family games to the heavier strategy games. Their goal is to create wholesome, informative, and entertaining board game content. Ryan is also an amateur board game designer with 2 games designed but not yet released. And Bethany has been exploring making solo game content as well from a multiplayer perspective. Ryan and Bethany, welcome.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
How y'all doing? First of all, how has Strong Tower been going for you two this year?
This is great. This is a fantastic con. It's one of those ones you just feel right at home as soon as you walk in. We've gotten to play some great games so far. Yesterday we played Jerusalem, we played the Castles of Burgundy, we played Ready, Set, Bet, and we did a homebrew version of Hues and Cues that involved darts. So that added an extra level of danger, which was fantastic.
Yeah, but nobody got hurt, so it was fine. It was okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah, they were playing that behind me last night as I was editing. Very, very jovial experience,
Yes.
which
It was
once
fun.
y'all explained it to me, I completely understood, because instead of just getting to choose where you're pointing on the hues, if you've seen Hues and Cues, you're having to throw a dart at it and try and get as close to your guess as possible,
Yeah.
which I think is just a
It
brilliant
kind of works
switch
out
up.
for a lot of people who can't guess well because they still might get points
Oh,
because
yeah,
they
just
don't
by
throw well
accident.
either. Yeah, so it works out for everybody.
Well, I've got a big, broad question to start with for you guys.
Okay.
What made you both fall in love with board games?
Well, for me, it is to get away from screens and distractions and just be in a room with people that you either know or want to know more about. You just get a chance to be social with them and learn more about them and have some fun, using your brain a little bit. It's just a way to unplug and be more present in the moment, I guess.
Yeah, I remember when we were first starting to play and we were getting kids games when our kids were very little, and I was blown away with how many amazing children's games there are. Like, you do not need to push Trajan on your 4-year-old. There are so many wonderful things to get your 4-year-old, and just seeing how that taught them really basic concepts, and now they can sit around the table and play Trajan with us. So I think being able to make it a whole family experience and starting with just our family like that and bring it, and now whenever we go to family gatherings we bring a game, so that way we don't have the TV on the whole time, like we're forcing our family to interact with us. And so I think that's one of the things, like Ryan said, being able to be around a table together without anything else and forcing humans to actually interact with each other.
It is one of the pluses, that's for sure. You two have a YouTube channel at Ryan and Bethany, and you two are cranking out quality content. Like, I scrubbed through your recent couple months, and it's like just kept going. Just so many videos. How long have y'all been doing this, and how has that project grown over time?
So we started doing content when our kids were very little because there was not a lot of people talking about kids content. So we started doing a written blog about kids games, and that's kind of how it started. And eventually we're like, well, people were asking us to do video content. I don't know why. I have a face for radio, you know what I'm saying?
Same.
So we started doing some light video content. We weren't really telling anybody about it just because...
I know, we didn't even tell our family we were doing videos for like a year. We didn't want anybody to know. We were just putting stuff out there.
And it's really cringy if you go back and look at it now. There was the camera angles were angled.
It was so bad. It was so bad. We're sitting so far apart from each other. We have like no energy going on. They're just horrible videos.
So we just experienced more and more time as we went on, and we started getting some followers somehow. Thank you all of you subscribers and followers, because why? But yeah, it got better and better over time. Started going to more and more events. Got to do some event coverage like we're doing now. And so yeah, it's all kind of evolved over time to this point where now we're just playing games on a regular basis, just talking about them, and going to events and talking about those too.
That's awesome. What has been the most surprising preview or review of a game that y'all have done recently, I guess?
What do you mean by surprising?
Like one that maybe you thought wasn't going to be all that great, and it turned out to be like one of your new favorites.
Oh my gosh. There was in a pickle. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Don't watch it. It's horrible, but it's just like this really silly party game, and for some reason, I don't know if maybe nobody else put anything out in it. It's just like horrible, and our review is horrible, and it has so many stupid views on it.
There's a game called Life in Reterra that just came out.
Yeah.
It's from Hasbro, and Hasbro is traditionally known for mass market style games.
Yeah.
And when we reviewed that, it was surprising how amazing it was. And it's from Eric Lang, who's a very popular, well-known designer. But I don't know why Hasbro chose to go that route, and to me in the hobby world,
Yeah.
it was very surprising to me.
They've done partnerships with actual, like, hobby games before.
Yeah, they're always
So
partnerships
this
with like
is
Renegade,
just
Game
themselves.
Studios, or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
So that was a very surprising review for us. We actually really enjoyed this game that we thought was going to be kind of a throwaway.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can you tell us anything about the games that you've designed or begun designing?
Yeah, so I've got, I've designed a ton, but 2 have been signed so far. One of them was a collaboration with a good friend, Scott Brady and Matt Jones. It is a dexterity party game that's going to be coming out from Indie Boards and Cards probably in 2025.
Okay.
And it's very silly. It's about a ping pong ball bouncing it a certain amount of times and doing very silly challenges. And what's interesting is that's not the kind of game that I would normally play myself, on a normal strategy game night with my game crew. But there's something about like a convention atmosphere, or when a large group of people are playing a very silly party game and getting loud and exciting and energetic.
Yeah.
It just really excites me, and that's what this game brings every single time. Just excitement, cheering, silliness, every time. My second game, this is one of my own designs, is a game all about kind of listening and identifying sounds. There's so many games that are tactile. You're touching things, you are moving things, you're looking with your eyes. But there's very few games about listening. And so I played a game that was, what was the name of that game?
What game?
I can't remember. Anyways, I played a game that was about touching sensory and kind of feeling textures and weight of things. And I thought that was really
In the palm of your hand?
In the palm of your hands. And I wanted to take that idea and apply it to sounds. If you identify certain sounds and what certain textures or sounds are making. And so that's what my next game, which is going to be coming out from Play to Z, is going to be about. So that's going to be coming out in late 2025, possibly early 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a busy year coming up for you then.
It should be fun.
Exciting year, yeah.
Got a ton of more games in the works, but those are the ones that are signed. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that's the hard part. It's easy to design them. It's hard to get them signed.
Yeah.
Fun, possibly challenging question to end on. In the whole world of board games, what has you most excited right now?
Gosh, I always just think we're so spoiled. I know that's really broad, but there's so many wonderful, amazing games, and I just think we're absolutely spoiled with having so many great games, so that makes me excited that there's just a lot. But I will say this specifically. The first year we went to Gen Con as a family was 2014, and our daughter was like a year and a half at that time. And I saw maybe one other stroller there the whole time. And we got, I don't want to say dirty looks, but we got a lot of like
Side eyes
when we were there. And it was a little disheartening, but whatever. That's just what it is. And this past year at Gen Con, I saw so many strollers. I saw so many families. I saw so many people wearing their babies. And I was just really excited to see that it has formed out to invite families. It's not just like this one type of person, but that hobby board gaming as a whole has really went out that way. Like a bunch of libraries have collections now that you can check out, and they're decent games. They're not just like stereotypical
Monopoly with half the pieces missing.
Exactly. It's not stuff like that. They're ordering really decent games, and even some board game companies are working with public libraries to get stuff like that. So I just like that it's seeping out into the common culture, that it's not like this insider thing anymore, that it is for really everybody, and that I just like seeing a bunch of families involved in it as well.
Yeah.
I should have you go second, because my answer is so much more simple. I'm looking forward to, there's one game in particular coming out soon that is called Civolution from Stefan Feld. I love Stefan Feld's designs. He's my favorite designer. and this is supposed to be his heaviest, most involved game yet, while still being smooth. So those two things combined make me really, really excited. So that's coming out next year, and I cannot wait to get my hands on a copy.
I like this very individual game. I like families.
Yeah, right? I don't know, it makes me sound so silly. But I
Families
guess
and the growth of culture over the past 10 years.
I want the game. But also, I think the other thing I'm excited for is just more of these kinds of events. I just love looking out over this crowd and seeing people just excited, playing games, smiling. Just attending more things like this just gets me, just warms my heart.
Well, thank y'all so much for sitting down with me. Now, again, the YouTube channel is at Ryan and Bethany. Are there any other links or things that we can promote for you?
We have our Instagram channel as well. It's Ryan_and_Bethany. So we post a lot of our, like this convention, I'll do a lot of stories and stuff like that on there. So if you want to see things in real time as they're happening, that's definitely the place to go. And as I try to work out, sometimes I'll post that on there too. So if you want to pretend that you're getting healthy, you can pretend with me. Yeah,
that's it.
That's all. All righty. Well, thank y'all again so much. We are here at Strong Tower Con in Waukesha, Wisconsin. It is LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt. We'll be back with more interviews soon, so keep it right here and enjoy the music.